essentially what I'm looking at here on this GBR trade. I had it on scan the night before. I'm looking to essentially get long dips. Obviously, I was waiting for a specific spot in the morning here. Started in small. I didn't want to really get any size, so I wanted to stay at least under about 2,000 shares until it actually broke out, confirmed, 75s, and then I was looking to get up to about 5,000, 7,500 shares, just depending upon, kind of how it acted. So usually with these, I like to start small. I'll start with like 500, 500, just kind of slowly add myself in. So I had 5 here, 5 there. Was looking to add 1,000 here on this test, a retest of that, but as you can kind of see later, I pull that order because just how it's acting. So you'll see that here in a little bit as well. So what I'm looking for is essentially a retest of the 50s, a hold, a base off of 50, and then kind of a grind up move from there. So I'm going to go ahead and speed it up and see what we can look for on the action as well. And you can see here I added a few more shares because it based at 50 for a brief moment as well. So what you'll see next is I put in a stop order. I actually left my computer at this point. I put in a stop. I believe it was at 240s. Kind of walked away, went and took the dog for a walk just to kind of see how things would play out with an alert on my phone of a breakout at 267s. Kind of as I got outside, what I started to notice here when it started to uptick around the 259, 260 level, once it became, an offer. As I was walking, I kind of said, well, if it doesn't break this 260 area, it's going to have some big trouble. And obviously what you'll start to see here is that once it tests this 250 or 260 a few times, my plan was for it to hold the 250. So that's why I added again here. So on this 260, something interesting that you'll see on level 2 is that you'll kind of see the bid side drop away really quickly. Now, whether this is just somebody hitting a bid, you can see those set 7,000 order with ARCA. Doesn't seem like it's actual real order, and as soon as it fails, they pull it, and then it just kind of craters through 250s. And at this point, I completely switch my bias. I want to try and get out on a pop at 250, which we'll see a little bit later. I put an order in to essentially sell, I think, at 254s. Never got there, and then I ended up just stopping out later on the trade. But on that 260, it's pretty impressive to watch how they pull those fake bids at the 7,000 bids and then essentially allow it to just crater from there. So at this point, I'm hoping that I can kind of get out at 254. Just a retest of VWAP. I don't really expect that it's going to at this point. Wasn't having the best morning anyways, so I essentially just decided to take the loss once it stopped out and kind of moved on from there and started working on this video. But as you can kind of see with that line that I drew 267s, I didn't want to get big size until it confirmed that breakout. So that's why I stayed pretty much small. About a $300 loss, I think, something like that. But, you got to kind of respect those stops. Once it breaks the low of the day, it could continue to just go lower. Not really sure exactly where it closed at today, but, you have to respect your stops, and you have to respect the fact that, you were wrong on a trade. So that was kind of the reason that I stopped out. With the replacement of the order, because you'll see the 254s that is in there. Didn't expect it to get up there because I wanted to kind of minimize the loss, you know, a few bucks, but don't really want to see it flash down to 227s because it just came up from, you know, $1.50 still. Sometimes just taking the loss, moving on is the best course of action. And that's kind of the end of the video. Hopefully you guys got something out of it, and yeah.